Hello and welcome to the Own It Show podcast. I am here today with Wrona and I am taking over. We are going to be hosting you the Own It Show today and all about the Own It Empire and the Own It Mastermind program. So my name is Alli Gage. So excited to be here with you today. I am a management consultant, public speaker, and am coach here in the Own It Mastermind program. I'm really excited to be here with one of our members, Anna. Why don't you give us a moment to introduce yourself, Anna, and tell us all about who you are and what you're up to.
Hi, Alli. Thank you so much for having me on the show today. So my name is Wrona, and I'm a holistic wellness lifestyle guide, and I focus on helping people discover who they are and live their best lives through physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual means. One of the things I do is nutrition. I also do aromatherapy and I do human design. So we look at the person holistically. So we tailor every program to each individual for sure.
That's amazing. And that's so important, right? To have that holistic approach. Anna, what is human design? Some people may not have heard of this, may not be familiar. Can you give us a little intro as to what that is?
Yes, I'd be happy to. So human design is a synthesis of the four ancient traditions of Kabbalah, astrology, I Ching, and the chakra system. And it's a blueprint. It provides us with a blueprint for who we were born to be in this lifetime. So it's a way to sort of strip away the conditioning of who we are not based on the things our school, well-meaning teachers and parents and peers have taught us about how we need to fit into society. This kind of just strips away what's not you to reveal the shining light within you so that you could live your most empowered life.
That's so cool. Okay. And guys, we're going to let Anna share with you a little bit more where you can find out all the details on her and where you can find out more details about that. She did recently do a really cool podcast all about the human design element. So at the end, we'll make sure to tell everybody where they can find the podcast and all of you so that they can keep caught up on your information and all the teachings that you have, because I'm on your mailing list and I love it. So guys, make sure to sign up.
Thank you so much, Alli.
Of course. Thank you for being here. So for today, Anna and I wanted to just jump on, take over the Own It show and share a little bit about the Own It Mastermind program, because I am a coach. I started off in the program and Anna is a member. And for me, I love this program so much. It was the first program that I found that was really and truly holistic. I know when I was first looking for my first business coach, I didn't know what I was looking for or what I wasn't looking for. And I ended up with an amazing coach. However, she was more of a mindset coach than anything else. So amazing, the mindset knowledge I have, incredible. I worked with her for a number of years. However, what was really missing for me, at least, was the business and the strategies and the processes, all kind of like the tangible aspects of building a business that were outside of the mindset stuff. So I found the Own It Mastermind program. I loved that it was the first program that I found like this, where it had all the business side of things, all the mindset side of things, and then as well the health side of things, because we know, especially as entrepreneurs, that success is a marathon. It is not a sprint. So we need to have our health for the long term in order to even just sustain the journey of success, but also enjoy it too, right? We want to be able to give our best. I think most everybody that listens to the show has that conscious mindset. So we want to be serving our people, and we can really do that when we are at our best physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all together. And I love that the Own It Mastermind program has this. It's a 12-month program. It's high touch. And Anna, why don't you share a little bit about why you got started into this program?
Yeah, I love everything you said, Alli. So similarly to you, I guess my life came with a lot of changes in the last year. I was working full-time with a supplement company, and I had a few different part-time things on the side that I was just dabbling in. And then the full-time job is no longer here. So now I found that I wasn't just like a part-time entrepreneur. All of a sudden now I'm a full-time entrepreneur in a time when, some people are struggling financially. So I gave it a year. I had some savings. I gave it a year and I built some network marketing business that I'm in. I've done some building of my businesses in that year's time, but I certainly didn't do to the level that I know I can do. So I realized I needed some assistance, and I believe in mentorship and I believe in hiring people who are a few steps ahead of you to learn. So I'm constantly on a trajectory of improving my course in life. So I stumbled upon Heather's Business Bliss 5-day workshop. And just every day she would come out with something more amazing and something more resonant. And I was like, wow, I really want to learn more from this woman. I've already known her a few times. I met her. She came to one of my belly dancing classes once. We ran into each other at a real estate workshop. So we've I know who Heather is, and I've always liked her energy. And now to see that she's offering this, like you said, it's a holistic package. It's not just... I personally went in it because I wanted more business assistance with business help. But it's not just the business that caught me. If she was just a business coach, she would have lost me a long time ago, because I've seen so many business coaches that, for me, they're too rigid, they're too dry, they're too structured and strict, and it doesn't resonate with me personally. Whereas Heather comes on and she started with mindset, which I've already done a lot of training on. She touched on nutrition, which I've also done some training on. So for me, I was already resonating with her message, and I agree with a lot of the things you had as well mentioned, that it's a holistic approach. We don't just build a business, we build a person, right?
Absolutely.
So that was my motivation to get started in the Own It Mastermind community, for sure.
I love that. And I like that you mentioned the Business Bliss, because it's a free event that goes on in the Own It community in Facebook. But I love this too. Every time I participate, and I always have quantum leaps in my own life, in my own business, but I just say that it is a better way to live. If we can choose how we're going to feel, especially while we're creating these empires that are going to change the world and make a lasting impact, if we get to choose how we feel, why not choose to feel amazing and do that in the right energy, in the right spirit every day, and surround ourselves with those people too, like Anna, like having this light in our program. It's amazing. And that's so cool. So, and I know you were excited to jump in, but did you have any fears? And if you did, what were some of the things that helped you get over them?
Yeah, I had a big fear of the cost of the program, Alli. Like I said, I was living off savings for about a year and they were getting low. And when I found out the cost of the program, I immediately in my mind was like, no, I'm not joining. Then I got on a call with Heather and Anya, and we chatted for a little while. And see, human design actually teaches people to listen to their authority. So it's a specific way that we make decisions. So while I was on the call with Heather and Anya, Heather was asking me a series of questions. I was asking questions. She was giving me answers. I was also tuning into my body, and I was feeling a positive gut response. So for me, that's my authority, is a gut response. I was getting that. I was getting that this is where I need to be going. Yet I was very afraid of spending pretty much the rest of my savings, because it was like a do or die situation. Like, you spend your savings, now you have no choice. This is the road you're going to. This is it, right? So that's the fear I had. But luckily, I've done enough mindset training to know that, sometimes you do have to jump off the diving board, and you build the plane while it's in the air, and you just believe in yourself and you have the faith. So I did it. And I'm not looking back, and I'm so happy I did, because so many things are moving forward, which is what I wanted. Yeah.
That's incredible. And thank you for being honest. I think a lot of people, we all have that fear, right? I know every coach I've signed up for, like you said, this is an investment and it's into you and your business. But when you're investing and you're putting your skin in the game, right? So it's a common fear. And was it just that gut instinct that you were able to use in order to get over that fear? Or was there anything else that kind of solidified that this is where I need to go, even though I have this fear right now?
It required also a belief in my abilities and myself, because ever since I was little, I would say, I want to be own my own business. I used to just say that as a kid, like whatever that meant. I didn't know what kind of business or anything, but there's a lot to being an entrepreneur, as you know. Like, you're everybody. Yeah. You've got your hands in everything, right? It's so much easier to just show up, do your job, and go home and forget about it. So I think I needed to know that I have what it takes. And there was a little piece of me that knew that and just needed a little more encouragement. And I trusted that I was going to get the right guidance I needed in this program. And I was right, because so far I've only been in for a couple of months, and so far it's been incredible. Yeah.
That's awesome. So how about telling us, where were you when you started, or you kind of explained that. So where are you now, and where are you going with the program? What have you, in these few months, what have you been able to accomplish?
Oh, wow. Okay. So quite a bit. I'm the kind of person who has this big picture that this is where I want to go. And then I'm over here and I have no idea how to get there, because it's like so far away. And what this program has helped me do is to break it down, to take one bite of the elephant at a time, to sort of say, okay, well, then this is your next step. So I would just cancel everything out of my mental image and I would focus on my next step. Once I got that done, I was like, okay, what's my next step? And then I would focus on that. And that's what I find myself doing. So I've come out with an A to Z guide, like an opt-in for my website. I'd already had a website. I've gotten another article up. I've created a new product for my product line, and I've sent out newsletters about it. I was interviewed for a podcast recently, but I don't remember if it was before I started the program or after. But I know that once energetically we invest, like the energy's already there, like I didn't even know I was doing this. I wasn't looking for this program. It found me, but the reason it found me is because I was ready for it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now I'm working on another newsletter. I've got a coaching offer on the table now, up on one of my websites. I've got this image of some evergreen courses that I'm going to do. And it's not an overwhelming feeling anymore. This is the huge thing about it, is that every time I would think of all these things I wanted to do, it would just be like too many things. Where do I start? I wouldn't know where to focus. But somehow something shifted in me that now I feel as though I can focus just on one thing at a time. And it just seems like a much more calm motion forward. And I'm really enjoying that, Alli. I must say.
That's incredible. And that's awesome, because that's huge. And how long did you say you've been in the program now? Only a few months.
Since the beginning of June. Yeah.
Beginning of June. That's crazy. So yeah, June, July, August, you're cruising. And like you said too, the key is that you're feeling really good about it, because like I said, guys, if you can choose to feel good every day, why wouldn't you, right? Like we can still build businesses and have a huge impact. We just don't have to stress ourselves out and feel shitty about it, right? Like, this is incredible. 3 months. And that's a lot that you've been able to do in just 3 months.
And I haven't just been working. I have been doing so many amazing fun things this summer. I've started so many new hobbies, and this is alongside of my work. So I'm creating that lifestyle as well, not just the business, but the lifestyle that goes along with it. So that's priceless. And
you know what? That's actually something that I think is so special about this program too, because I know for myself, when I made my consulting business, working through it with Heather, I did this reverse engineering where I decided what I wanted my life to look like, and how I wanted my days to look, and how many hours, and how many days a week, and all the things, so that I could figure out what type of business I could actually create that would support that. Right. So like you said, you're building this lifestyle alongside. It doesn't have to be hard. We can give up this idea that it has to like be really, really hard and stressful and all this money that entrepreneurship doesn't need to be that way. So love that you said that, because you've been crushing your business and living life, enjoying picking up new hobbies, which is that holistic view, right? This is why we're doing all the things, why you work really hard in your business, so that you can have that life. That's incredible. I love it. Congrats. And already so much in 3 months. Okay. So what would you say are 3 things from the program that have helped you the most so far?
I would say, first of all, I love the masterminds themselves. I think they're structured really well. They give you enough time in between to actually get something done. They make me feel accountable. So I feel like, okay, I'm going to have my mastermind. What have I done? Like, it's like I do a record in my head. So that's a really, really, really key component for me. Another thing is I like the lessons. I like the modules, and I love how she incorporates mindset into everything. She actually starts with mindset, which for me, I've learned over the years is crucial. It's key. And because of that, there's a few books on the book reading list that I have and I've read, but it's been a while. And when I reread them now, I was like, wow, they are so much better now. And they resonate on such a deeper level, because I'm a different person than I was 5 to 10 years ago. Right. So it's that, I guess the third thing would be reminding me of all the good habits that got me to where I am now. And if I stop those habits, then this is where I'll stay. But if I want to keep going, I need to keep incorporating these good habits.
I
Yeah.
love that. That's great. I agree with you too on the masterminds. I think that is key in all the big jumps in my life have really, in my businesses have come from that, right? Come from a mastermind idea where maybe I didn't even know where to start, but the idea came through or the guidance came through the mastermind. And like you said, having it, we have it twice a month. So, you're creating that momentum in your business and you're always moving forward and you have that accountability. You don't want to show up and say, hey, I haven't done it. Although there's no make wrong, right? Life happens, but it's just really good having that accountability too, which is amazing. I love that group for us too. And it's cool. What I like about our mastermind specifically is that we have people from different industries and different types of business, which I think leads to better creativity and being able to see things that you otherwise wouldn't even consider, being able to steal ideas from different industries, which is really cool too.
Absolutely, I agree, because everyone brings something valuable to the table. And I like how we all get an opportunity to ask something specific to our situation, and then people can volunteer answers. It's so brilliant.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it. And when you're with the people that are playing big, what I find too is that other people's questions always help you out too, some way as well, because you're with people that are doing the same work. Like you said, there we're working through the modules, we're working on that, we're working on our mindsets and changing our paradigms and just crushing these big, hairy, audacious goals. So you're also with the right people that can understand where you're at and help you get to that next level, which is very, very cool.
Yes.
Okay. And a last question for you would be, what advice do you have for the listeners today? If you could leave them with one piece of advice from you.
Good question. I would just say, this is what I'm learning a lot in this program right now is self-image. I kind of learned about it in the past, but I'm learning it on a whole new level now. So like I said, I'm stepping into entrepreneurial shoes full-time now. So I need to feel like an entrepreneur. I need to act like an entrepreneur, dress like an entrepreneur, talk like an entrepreneur, and believe that I will be that I am a successful entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
So just how you see yourself in this world is the results you're going to get. So if you want better results or different results than what you have now, do the work in here and shift how you see yourself. And this goes into like subconscious reprogramming. This goes into all the beliefs we've had since childhood. Like this is stuff that we now know science has proven that works. We can, through repetition and hypnosis, change that. So you can do it on your own, or you could join a group of amazing people who are doing it alongside of you, which will like just skyrocket your growth and exponentiate you to the moon and back if that's where you want to go. So that's my advice to you is find like-minded. Actually, no, that was one piece. No, my second piece is find like-minded people and stick with them. Because yeah, you'll go far. You'll definitely go far with all the masterminds that are created. Just being with people of like mind, being with people who are going where you're going, and always having someone to learn from and bounce ideas off of, for sure.
I love that. Thank you so much. Yeah, those are amazing tips. Like you said, self-image is so important. If you haven't heard of that yet, you need to join us in the Own It community on Facebook, or if you're interested in the Own It Mastermind program, guys, you can check out all the details at ownitempire.com. And I would also recommend that you book some time there. You can book a free strategy call with Heather or one of the coaches, myself, Anya, or Shelly, and we would be happy to discuss the program and if this could be a fit for you, because like Anna said, this is really where you're with the people who are playing big and going to help you get those results. The biggest thing for me is making sure that we do get those results. So stay connected with us, whether it be through the program or our Own It community on Facebook. And Anna, where can everybody, if they want to hear more from you, stay connected to you, how can they get with you and find that podcast that you mentioned? Because the Human Design podcast is incredible, guys. You got to take a look.
Thank you. So the podcast is up on my website, which is readmydesign.com, READ, mydesign.com. I also have another website that has some different things on it, some of the skincare products and things that I make. That's just my name, AnnaWrona.com, and my last name is spelled WRONA, and Anna with 2 N's. So there's 2 places you can find me. And thank you so much for having me on your show again, Alli. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, thanks, Anna, so much for coming on. And for Heather, thank you for allowing us to take over the Own It show today. I had so much fun chatting with you. If you have any other questions, guys, don't hesitate to reach out, and we will make sure to also put all those links for you in the description section of the podcast. Hopefully we'll see you on the next episode of the Own It show.